We have some gameplay going through some solo squads. If you guys are ever in scenarios where you're outnumbered, this video is for you. Let's go through, break it down, tell you exactly what you need to do. Starting off with this first clip here, you see we go through and we end up firing out the first guy here, okay? Now in these scenarios, what I normally like to do is I like to reposition after the first kill because it gives me time to, one, armor up, and two, analyze the situation, decide what I want to do. So as we go through now, you see we armor up and back away. Now I've armored up, I'm like, okay, I can now engage into the gunfight again. So we're going to go through, we slide cancel, and I can see that he's rezzing, okay? So let me back away slightly, go through that again, because it was kind of mixy here. So we go through, get the first player, back away, armor up, slide cancel around the corner. In this scenario, you can see he's clearly self-rezzing, okay? So in this situation, obviously I don't have a lot of time to react. I'm just trying to get some shots off and try to either kill this first player, fully kill him, or down the second. As soon as he gets up now, the second he gets up, I know one thing, okay? That's he has about 5% health. This guy right now has about 5% health, and I know that if I can get one shot off, he's going to die here, okay? So all I'm thinking about is getting one shot as I back away. So now I know that he's dead and he doesn't have a self-res. Really important stuff here. So what I'm going to do now in this scenario is go back again, and now I know it's a 1v1. So what I want to do is I want to camera my opponent. I want to go past him by sliding past him. In this scenario, whenever there's a stairs, I'm always going to use them because you can use your momentum to slide down further. So we slide down the stairs, he's end up behind me, turn around, and we get the kill. Bit of a mixy one, but it was a great job there to get that kill. In this next scenario, you can see we get the first player down. We're going to go through and get the finish. Now, there's another player right in front of us. You can see him running towards us. In this scenario, yes, I can probably shoot him. I can probably turn my crosshair right and get some shots off. But the problem you have is, can you see how he's looking at me? I don't want to fight him while he's looking at me, because by the time I look right, by the time I get my centering right, he should, in theory, already shoot me because he's looking right at me, right? So why would I test that? Instead, I'm going to back away, reposition, get behind cover. Now, in this situation, I know that that player, I just saw him earlier, he more than likely is going to go through this route here. He's more than likely going to go right in front of me. So I went behind the cover. I went behind the wall in certain, like, to a certain angle, where as I go right now, if we play this out, you can see I'm now behind cover, right? This is really important. Instead of going out into the open, I decided to go behind cover so that this gunfight is harder for him. Even if he pushed out there, I would have been in a better position. So let's go through that again in fast motion. So you see, we take our time, we got the first player. As soon as we get this first kill, we see we back away. We realize he's there. We're going to bait him in. We go for the shots. We make him one shot. Now, in this scenario, I didn't even hear the guy on my left. So great play from him. Whenever you're outnumbered, whenever I'm in a situation where I'm not comfortable, I try to use movement to get out of there. So you see we back away, make that guy one shot, and this guy's flying away now. If he's flying away, he must be really weak because there's no reason to fly away if his teammate's chasing me. So we go through, we get our other weapon, and we're able to go across, get some really bad shots off, but we managed to get the kill, and we're able to take him out there. So even though it got a bit mixy there, we were able to win that 1 versus 3 simply by repositioning, using movement in our gunfight. We're able to secure that win. Right now, same scenario. We go through with the pistol. You see we back him away, we get him weak. Right now, we make him one shot. We're simply going to chase him down. As I'm chasing this opponent down right now, I see another player. Let me back away, actually. Let me go through that one again. I think there's a few variables to go through in this situation. So right now, you're about to see what we do in a 1 versus 2. So in this scenario, you can see I'm going through and getting some shots off with a pistol. Now, this player clearly isn't confident because he's running away with the advantage. So we go through, and I get this player one shot. As I pick up the weapon, now we go across. Now, I want you guys to realize what's going on right now, okay? The player I was just chasing, that was the player in blue. So I know that this player in blue is the one healing up and is quite weak. The other player here, I don't know how much health they have. I'm going to assume they're full health, okay? So now my attention changes to the player on the left. We're going to go through, we're going to fight this player on the left. So what do we do here? What do we do in this scenario? We did a very simple mechanic. We did the slide cancel into a backwards jump. Something I always mention in my coaching sessions is this mechanic. You're going to see right now. When I slide cancel right now, I'm going to slide to the right. So his centering is going to now be there, and then I'm going to jump backwards, just making it harder for him. He doesn't know where to center his shot, okay? So you're going to see how it plays out in a real life scenario. We're going to go through. So we slide cancel right. You see looking at me now. We jump to the left. By the time he reacts, I get that kill. The second player should be weak because he's didn't heal up in time. So we go to push him. His other teammate's now there. We end up jumping backwards. We go through, and his other teammate ends up running away. But again, just repositioning, using movement, really, really aggressive play there, and it allowed us to get the 1 versus 2. That's just a great example of what to do in those scenarios. Let's go through to the next clip here. So right now we go across. I can see the first player. Nice kill, take him out. As I kill him now, I'm going to back away. I can hear someone else. We back away, back away. I make him weak. As soon as I make this second player weak now, I know I have the health advantage, and because I have an SMG here, I'm going to go through, get aggressive, and the smoke actually hits me, we reposition and get another kill. Again, just constantly using your advantage. So right now we get the first kill nice and easy, he wasn't even moving. But this is where it gets really mixy, okay? The next few opponents are going to be right in front of me. What I want to do now is pause this and show you guys a scenario. I'm in a really, really bad spot. There's two people on the rooftop, and they're both looking at me, okay? If we look at my health here, you can see I don't have a lot of health. I don't have a lot of health, so what I want to do right now is I want to be in a position where I can get into cover. I want to get into cover so that I can at least heal up for a second. So we get into cover, we go prone. Okay, now I actually saw his teammate jump off, so I now know I'm actually in a 1 versus 1. Now this is where you use the mechanic snaking, okay? If I was to snake this head glitch here, if I was to peek up for a second, I could peek this head glitch, and the way the camera works is I actually would see the opponent a second before he sees me. So look, we go up, and you can see, even though he's pre-aiming me, because we were able to snake him, we're actually able to get that kill simply because of that animation. It's called cameraing your opponent. So when you peek a head glitch, you see him a second before he sees you. So even though he's pre-aiming me, we snake it, I'm going to center onto him, and we absolutely fry him. This third player's not looking at me, same concept, we mount, get the kill, and it's a very, very easy 1v3 when we probably shouldn't have got it. So again, just using your cover, using the snaking, just using your position and your advantage will always, always help you in solo squads. Right now you're seeing we're in a rank play lobby, we're trying to grind through. I should hopefully get to around Crimson like in multiplayer, but for now we're in the lower level lobbies, so we're going to play aggressive, use our momentum, and you're seeing it right there. People don't react to movement. When you guys play in the lower level lobbies, if you guys are stuck, just try to add movement to your game. You'll be so surprised at the amount of people that don't react to it, and you'll make your kills so much easier. In this next clip, sorry about that, my mouth went very dry. Let's go through this next clip together. Yeah, that guy just got fired, I'm never gonna lie. So let's go through this next clip together. In this next clip, you're gonna see what to do in this scenario. We just landed in and we have a pistol in our weapon, in our hand. So right now we're gonna go through and I'm simply using the cover, okay? So one thing I'm doing is I'm live marking constantly. I'm live marking, going through, repositioning. So this is a really, really important thing. The second player is there again, we're gonna back away. You see what we do, we're live marking, backing away, live marking, backing away. And we're just using the health advantage and the high ground. Right now, you're gonna see what to do in this 1 versus 3. So out of reaction, I brought out my throwing knife because I feel like if I could hit one of them, it'll be a very, very effective way of getting that damage off. We hit a great shot. Now, as soon as I go through now, there's 3 of them here, okay? So my first target is going to be the player I just hit. Why? Because he has no health. As we can see here, he has no shield. So if I can take him out first, then I'll be in a 1 versus 2. So my next thought is to get that first kill. So we go through and get that first kill. Perfect. Now the next player is in front of me, okay? But there's another player on the left. So all I'm thinking right now is adding movement to my game. So as I fight this player now, I'm going to go for the drop shot simply to reposition. I can actually see I'm getting shot from behind as well. If we can see in the bottom, there's a marker showing I'm getting shot from behind. So right now I need to get this third player. As soon as we get this third player, I'm going to move forward and reposition. But it's simply just about the reposition, making sure you're utilizing your cover and simply repositioning gunfights. Now, don't get me wrong, these are all highlights. There are a lot of gunfights I lose when playing solo squads. And the reason why I lose them is because I will go into areas with 2 of them or more, and it gets really, really mixy. But what I'm doing really well here is in these solo clips when I'm playing solo duos or solo squads, I'm able to isolate the opponents. As soon as I get the first kill, I'm able to isolate the second. So make sure to isolate your opponents if you guys are trying to improve in solo squads. Let's see what happens there. We go through, you see we bait him into the area, we bait them into the area once again, we go through again, slide into the backwards jump. Remember, we spoke about that earlier. We go up top here, use some movement, and absolutely finesse the second. So again, a lot of these clips you see, I probably should die here, but we use some great movement to finesse, but that's not good enough. We need to make sure we're, you know, outplaying our opponent, because we don't want to be in those scenarios. We don't want to be in those scenarios where if they actually shot their weapon, they would get the kill. But as soon as you isolate the opponent, as soon as you make it a 1 versus 1, you should be good to go. Right now, we've got the STG in hand. We go through, we take out the first player. As soon as we make the second player one shot, look what we do. We get aggressive from the high ground. We go across, we're going to nade that corner. I know he's around there. And again, we're getting aggressive. We're being annoying to play against. You see, we're going through different angles, holding that one. We get the 2-piece. The third's now going to be in the bottom. We see him jump down, use our movement, and we're able to get the third. Nothing crazy, just using your movement, using your cover, isolating the gunfights, and you will always be in scenarios where you can win a 1 versus 2s and 1 versus 3s. Right now, look at this, great play. We take out the first player, we jump out, camera the second, we're going to wait for him to approach the stairs, go through, and we camera the second. Solo squads, it's not an easy thing to do. It really isn't an easy thing to do. If you guys can use these tips and tricks, hopefully it can help you guys improve. Now, my biggest advice would be, If you're playing solo squads and you're dying a lot, don't get angry at the game. Don't really get annoyed. Just take it for what it is, right? Just keep playing, keep improving, and keep learning from the scenarios. Watch the kill cam, watch your gameplay back and say, you know what? That made sense why I died. I pushed this area, and learn from your gameplay. It's not easy. Think about it. You're going from one person into a lobby against 4 people. It really, really isn't easy. You're playing against 400% of your kind of, you know, your group, so it's always going to be difficult. But if you can get one squad wipe, the dope you get and the feeling you get, and you're like, you know what, that made a lot of sense, that I actually learned a lot from it, you will improve instantly. So YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, and I'll catch you guys for another video, another guide tomorrow. Peace.